This is your news report and your second stimulus check update and your stimulus package update as of Monday, September 14th. The House of Representatives has returned from vacation and they are now back in session as of today. The House of Representatives, they are led by Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. The Democrats are urging their own leader, Nancy Pelosi, for the extension of unemployment benefits and a second stimulus check. The Republicans, they're putting together a bill to make President Trump's executive order on the payroll tax cut forgivable so that you will not have to pay back the government next year. President Trump signed a new executive order to lower drug prices. On Sunday, globally, we saw the highest single-day rise in COVID-19 cases. Cases are remaining steady at 34,000 cases in the United States. And I want to say that many of us are going through hard times or know family or friends going through difficult times. I want to help whenever I can, so I personally have written an article on how to get free food from government food programs such as SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. If you are eligible and you apply, you will receive a debit card loaded with money for food in as quickly as 7 days. This is a government program. I get nothing out of this. I just want to make sure that you are aware of this information if it applies to you. I also wrote how to protect yourself from eviction. And if you are one of the 9 million people that still have not claimed your first stimulus check, I wrote up what you need to do before it's too late. This information, it's all free. I just hope that this helps you or someone that you care for. Please check out the information in the link down below. This is your Monday news, and happy Monday. The House of Representatives, they have returned back from vacation. The leader of the House of Representatives is Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, who is one of the leaders of the Democrats. And she is the key to passing the stimulus package. There are multiple offers on the table from the Republicans, which include the smaller stimulus package for $500 billion and the larger stimulus package for $1.3 trillion. If she simply says yes and accepts the offer, we would have a second stimulus check and the extension of federal unemployment benefits for the rest of the year. But Nancy Pelosi, she says that she is not accepting the Republican stimulus package because she wants to wait for a better deal. Democrats in the House of Representatives are urging their own leader, Nancy Pelosi, to cut a deal. 117 Democrats in the House of Representatives sent a letter to Nancy Pelosi calling for her to accept the offer for the extension of federal unemployment benefits, but she refuses. President Trump said Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to pass a stimulus bill before the elections because it would help me in the election. Democratic Congressman Max Rose said that we should not wait to pass the stimulus package until after the election. It shouldn't be about improving our election odds in politics. That's why people hate both parties. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says that Nancy Pelosi wants to wait until after the elections to pass a stimulus bill. McConnell says that Pelosi needs to drop some of her demands in the Democrats' stimulus request. Pelosi refuses to reduce the size of the stimulus package that the Democrats want, and her direct quote is, "We don't want to go home without a bill, but don't be a cheap date." The Senate and the House of Representatives, they are both in session as of today. Let's hope that the politicians, they make some meaningful progress in order to help the American people with this stimulus package. President Trump's executive order for the payroll tax cut is now in effect for 2.1 million federal employees, but it is not being widely accepted by the private sector. The reason why the payroll tax cut is not being adopted on a large scale in the private sector is because you have to pay back the governments. CVS, they just issued an official statement saying, "We have reviewed the guidance issued by the U.S. Treasury Department and the IRS and have determined that participating in this optional deferral is not in our employees' best interest." If you are in the private sector and your employer participates in this payroll tax cut, Some employers, they will give you the option to opt out. Military and federal workers will not receive that option to opt out. The IRS, they said that they had discussions with the Treasury Department and they have confirmed that no eligible employees can opt out of this program. Sergeant Major Michael Grinston of the U.S. Army is advising soldiers to set aside extra money in preparation of smaller paychecks next year. President Trump tweeted that when he wins the elections, that he will forgive all deferred payroll taxes with money from the general funds. Please remember that President Trump does not have the authority to do this single-handedly. He needs congressional approval for that to actually happen. Republicans are creating a bill that would officially have these payroll taxes forgiven. This bill is being led by Congressman Kevin Brady from Texas. In politics, President Trump signed an executive order to lower the cost of prescription drugs for seniors. The reduction of prices is expected to go into effect in a few months. President Trump held his first indoor rally in 3 months inside a warehouse last night in Henderson, Nevada. This was done in open defiance as Nevada has an in-person gathering limit of 50 people. The city of Henderson said that the rally was in violation of the governor's COVID-19 directives, but President Trump's team responded with, "If you can join thousands of people protesting in the streets, gamble in a casino, or burn down small businesses in riots, you can gather peacefully under the First Amendment to hear from the President of the United States." But of course, we saw the same thing with Nancy Pelosi in the hair salon incident. Let's take a look at the COVID-19 news. On Sunday, we saw the highest single-day rise in COVID-19 cases. Globally, over 300,000 cases were reported on Sunday. Global fatalities now stand above 917,000. The Czech Republic reported its highest single-day case counts. Israel went back into a second lockdown last night with the same restrictions as the first lockdown. India reported more than 92,000 cases and over 1,100 fatalities today. The United States reported 34,450 new cases and 378 fatalities as of on Sunday. This is according to Johns Hopkins University. That's the news for today. Please check out our article that can help you or a loved one during financially difficult times. The link is down below. And thank you so much for your support. Please subscribe. I'll keep you updated. I'll save you some time, and I'll give you any advice when applicable. Thank you so much, and please stay safe.